In part, what we've experienced the past 4 years, and maybe even longer, is that the legislative branch has ceded some of its authority. It's ceded its role as a check on executive power. And I think that this is an opportunity for the legislative branch to assert its role in the constitutional process, hold the former president and other officials accountable, that is both through the subpoenas and through an exposure of what happened, bring the facts out into the light about January 6th.
In response to the January 6th commission, former President Donald Trump is doing what he does best, filing suit. Welcome into TYT's Overruled. I'm your host, Adrienne Lawrence, with the deets. Former President Donald Trump just filed a lawsuit in D.C. District Court against the Congressional House Select Committee investigating the January 6th insurrection. He also happens to be suing the National Archives because he doesn't want information coming out. As with his many other lawsuits, Trump's latest effort in suit is to dodge accountability. Specifically, Trump is trying to keep records from his presidency secret from the House committee by claiming executive privilege. Indeed, you may be shocked that Trump isn't suing for money here. Rather, he simply wants a court to rule that he need not turn over the documents requested by the House committee. While this story is just developing, I've skimmed the complaint and can tell you the following. First, Trump is claiming that he and his cronies are being harassed by the January 6th House committee. Yes, that is Trump's contention. He's claiming that the requests for information are far too broad and that they seek every presidential record and communication that could tenuously relate to the events that occurred on January 6th. Now, I'm not quite sure that Trump really understands how investigations work, but seeking information directly relevant to the event in question is pretty standard. Second, Trump is arguing that President Joe Biden isn't doing enough to protect him. Seriously, Trump's complaint complains the following. In a political ploy to accommodate his partisan allies, President Biden has refused to assert executive privilege over numerous clearly privileged documents requested by the committee. That's right. Trump thinks Biden should exercise executive privilege to shield the release of documents that the government has concerning the January 6th insurrection. Now, that includes things like emails, text messages sent over the government servers and accounts, documents, invoices, really just about everything. Evidently, Trump is unaware that past and future presidents need not stick their necks out to protect him. And it is quite special how Trump thinks that Biden isn't doing enough to insulate Trump from liability. And third, to the meat of Trump's argument, the executive privilege doctrine protects Trump and co. from being subject to subpoena. As Trump argues, our laws do not permit such an impulsive, egregious action against a former president and his close advisors. That's pretty cute, and it's a great delay tactic. As the U.S. Supreme Court restated just recently in 2020, executive privilege safeguards the public interest in candid, confidential deliberations within the executive branch. It is fundamental to the operation of government. Basically, the privilege helps protect the executive branch so that it can do its job without having to disclose everything it's doing. But does this doctrine extend to protecting Trump and co. from accountability when it comes to an attempted coup? Likely not. But the answer isn't 100% clear, as the executive privilege doctrine has not been fleshed out fully by the courts. So said another way, we don't have that bright light answer to this question. And that's exactly why Trump and his legal team are filing suit. They're buying time in hopes of achieving either one of two outcomes most likely. One, Trump is hoping that one of the 245 federal judges he stacked the judiciary with will rule in his favor. Or Trump is hoping that he can waste enough time that another atrocity distracts the American public from this whole thing such that focusing on Trump's antics on January 6th is a nuisance. Now, we don't quite know who the judge will be on Trump's case and whether they're going to fast-track the matter to prevent unnecessary delay. What we can confirm, however, is that the majority of the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia, that's the federal court there, has been appointed by Democrat presidents. And also, Trump happened to appoint 4 of the 14 judges on that court. Now, that's not to say that a judge, regardless of party, wouldn't rule in a judicious manner. That is to say, however, that we kind of have an idea of how things work when it comes to party affiliation. We also know that the chief judge of the D.C. District Court and the clerk control the docket when it comes to assigning cases to judges. And this chief judge happens to be an Obama appointee. That's all I'm going to say, because I'd like to hear from you. What do you think? Will the D.C. federal court be here for Trump's antics, allowing him to delay the House committee by taking advantage of the often slow-moving legal system? You let me know your thoughts below, hit the like or follow button, and hit me up on Twitter with your thoughts using hashtag TYT Overruled. Thanks for watching.